All right, Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones. It looks like this is a done deal, ladies and gentlemen. That is correct, okay? We know the history. We know Jon Jones has been doing anything but accepting the fight. He's been living his best life. He's been out in Thailand. He's been riding around on motorbikes, sniffing people's hairs, having a good old time, drinking beers, enjoying himself, enjoying the fruits of his labor.
Are you intoxicated?
But not accepting the fight with Tom. The petition to have him stripped is at almost 150,000 signatures, something like that. It's crazy. The appetite for this fight is through the absolute goddamn roof. The disrespect on Jon Jones, that's gone through the roof as well. A lot of people defended him at the beginning, saying, well, he doesn't really need to fight him. But it seems the tide has turned. People are fed up. It's time to put up and shut up, defend or vacate. And guess what? It seems like Jon Jones might have been talking shit and playing us all for fools this entire time, because he was just at a seminar in Thailand, Banktown, world famous gym, and he gave one hell of an announcement.
When are you fighting Tom?
I was waiting for it. When are you fighting Tom? Like, governor. The UFC in town, we all got a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. They're one of the biggest organizations in sports, and right now Tom and I have agreed to wait for the UFC to make their announcements. So I legally can't really talk about it.
So of course he's at Banktown, he's doing a Q&A, and he was asked, when is the fight with Tom going to happen? He knew it was going to come, and his answer explains a lot. He said it's going to happen. He basically says the fight is a done deal, but of course they can't announce it yet. Now, of course, this is one of the most highly anticipated fights in all of UFC history, and you can't just announce it. Oh, the fight's going to happen. No,
that's stupid.
Fights of this magnitude, the UFC want to do a proper job. They want to announce it in a spectacular fashion. They want to have a press conference. They want the world's media there. They don't want someone on YouTube or whatever, or on the phone just going, yeah, the fight's happening. Right? Even when I was fighting my fights, I wasn't allowed to announce them. They wanted to announce them, as I say, in the proper way, to make sure that all the world's media is there and it gets all the coverage that it deserves. This is the kind of fight that, of course, deserves that kind of attention. This is a fight the world are crying out for, and this is a fight that it seems like we are going to see.
I told you guys already, we'll get Aspinall versus Jones done. The heavyweight fight will happen. Just relax. I'll announce that soon.
Now, Jon Jones has been playing around a little bit. He said that Tom Aspinall annoys him and he doesn't want to give him the opportunity.
I just don't even want to do business with him.
And for a while, I was like, what is he doing? Then I was like, hold on a minute. Maybe he's just playing the game. Maybe he's just trying to get us all to want the fight even more. And he might be doing. And he might be talking shit right now, right? We don't know. We don't know if what he's saying right now at Banktown Gym, which is a great gym in Thailand, by the way. By the way, I'll be there in August. I'm teaching a seminar at Banktown, and I'll be doing a Q&A as well. I won't be announcing any fights, but you never know. I mean, I'm getting back in shape, so maybe I bloody will. You never know. Watch this space. No. But he was there and he said the fight's going to happen, okay? And I don't think he was just saying that because he felt the pressure of the crowd. Yes, of course, there was a massive turnout at Banktown. He said that a lot of the people that were there, they were from the UK, and it's because of Tom Aspinall talking shit. He said he has a lot of fans in the UK and the love for him is through the roof. Listen, Jon Jones is one of the greatest of all time, if not the, right? That's a fact. There's been some behavioural issues, shall we say. There's been some problems with the law. There's been some problems with drug tests over the years as well. But the reality is, what he has done inside the octagon is incredible, okay? And that's why people want to see this fight, because if you're a champion, you've got to defend the mother effing belt. Simple as that.
Defender vacate.
Tom Aspinall has been waiting on the sidelines, just waiting for that opportunity, waiting to validate himself as A, the champion of the world, and B, the baddest man on the planet. And he's got to do that by beating Jon Jones. Now, Jon Jones was talking about stepping away.
10 years left, but you're still active.
He said you got 10 years left, but you're still active.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm done.
Which was crazy, because if he did, he would always be known as the guy that refused to fight Tom Aspinall. Now, we know the internet's been going crazy over this. There's been rumours of Cyril Gane stepping in. By the way, I'd like to see that. Whoever wins this fight, if Tom Aspinall wins it, I think Cyril Gane should be the next guy up. He's one of the few guys in the heavyweight division that Tom hasn't fought. Tom is probably the most prolific finisher in all of mixed martial arts. The only questions that we haven't seen about Tom is, what is he like when he gets to the later rounds? We got to assume that he's going to be good. The man can wrestle. He's got jiu-jitsu. He's got ridiculous knockout power. He's fast. He's quick. He's a hell of an athlete. He's very agile. And this was the reason why a lot of people were saying, Jon Jones doesn't want to fight this guy. He thought he was going to come up to heavyweight and fight some fat, out-of-shape dudes. Granted, he beat Cyril Garner, who's far from out of shape and far from fat and old or anything like that. But a lot of the heavyweights, some of them aren't maybe the best athletes. I think people were trying to say, oh, he just wanted people like Taito Avasa or whatever. Taito Avasa knocked out Derek Lewis. Just because someone's got a little bit of flab around the midsection, don't think they can't knock you out. But of course, Tom Aspinall is a different kettle of fish. Now, do we believe Jon Jones? That's the question. Is he just saying this to appease everyone at the seminar so that people don't have, some kind of negative response? Or is he actually telling the truth? My guess is that he's telling the truth. My guess is that he will take the fight. Ariel Helwani came out recently and said, apparently he asked for a crazy number and the UFC met it. And he didn't think the UFC would do that. So now he turned down the fight. To be fair, Ariel Helwani, as much of a bellend that he is, he does find stuff out. He does weasel his way. He does call people up. He does annoy them. He does get the inside scoop a lot of the time, and he has no problem revealing it. We know that.
Because if you do this, there's only a handful of people that know this information. So we're going to fire a bunch of people, and you're going to ruin people's lives. This is what I was told was a conversation they had with him. After that conversation, he leaked the Brock Lesnar stuff.
So maybe there was some truth to that. But this, of course, goes against everything. Now, this will be the biggest heavyweight fight that the UFC has ever seen. Jon Jones will probably get one of the biggest paydays the sport's ever seen. In fact, the only person I think that could even rival this or maybe got paid more would be a Conor McGregor. He's the biggest earner that the sport's ever seen.
We're rich, baby. Break out the red panties.
This fight's going to be gigantic. Jon Jones is going to get paid a shitload of cash. And if it does actually happen, if it goes down in Madison Square Garden, which is what I always said it would because a fight of this magnitude needs an iconic venue, then everyone's going to get paid a shit ton of money. And if Tom Aspinall can go through him, then he's going to make that FU money down the line. If he beats Jon Jones, becomes the undisputed champion of the world, after this, every single fight is going to just be bigger and bigger. He's going to go down as the greatest fighter maybe in the history of the UFC. But of course, he's got to beat Jon Jones first, and that isn't going to be easy. One thing Jon Jones can do is come up with a game plan and a way to beat his opponents. He's done that throughout his run at light heavyweight. At heavyweight, he's only had 2 fights, but he did look really good against Stipe Miocic. Granted, critics will say, he just came off the sidelines. He had 43 years and he was last knocked out against Francis Ngannou. Yeah, that's all true. But Stipe Miocic came into that fight ready, prepared, and very, very confident. And Jon Jones soundly beat him. I do think Tom's a problem on the feet. Jon Jones has never fought anyone with the kind of punching power. He's never fought a heavyweight with that kind of speed. He's never fought anyone with the strength of Tom Aspinall either. All of these things are problems that Jon Jones has never seen. And for Tom Aspinall, there's a lot of footage out there of Jon Jones that he can study. He can sit down with his team and just come up with a meticulous game plan of his own. But when it's all said and done, when the cage door shuts, if it does go down in Madison Square Garden, at the end of the day, it's a goddamn fist fight. And game plans often go out the window. Like Mike Tyson said, as soon as somebody gets punched in the face, the game plan goes out the window and you're fighting on instinct. And one thing's for sure, you do not want to eat a left hook or a right hand of Tom Aspinall, or by me for that matter. Anyway, what do you think? Is Jon Jones talking out of his goddamn ass? Is he appeasing the crowd in Banktown? Or is this fight set? Are we going to get an announcement pretty soon? I hope he's telling the truth. I hope the fight goes down in Madison Square Garden, and I hope that I'm going to be there. Anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think about that. I'm recording members videos every day. I'm currently out here in Canada on a movie shoot right now, and I'll do some behind the scenes stuff and things like that. So if you're a member, you get access to that stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this whole situation in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, ring the bell, all that jazz. See you soon.